Alright, so I've been trying to get some music to work, but that doesn't seem like it's going to happen. So, sorry. Alright. Why am I still doing Mordor jocks? I'm not still doing Mordor. This is the most iconic location currently finished to some degree, so it made sense to have this as the loading thing. That would be why. So hello. Um, Today I'm going to be working on Mount. Today I'm going to be working on the mountains, particularly the Misty Mountains to start, and depending on how that works, probably going on to the Blue Mountains as well. Sorry if I sound a bit weird. I got some dental work done yesterday, so, sorry about anything like that. Um, yes, so to avoid any confusion, this right here, what you're seeing now, is not the infamous tool that we've been working on. That is to modify the AI logic side of the campaign map, what the AI sees and how it responds to it. This right here is Terry, part of the Creative assembly kit that comes with all that comes with Attila Total War. Um, Normally the Terry for Attila Total War does not work. This is a modified copy with several bug fixes and stuff in place. Um, the tool itself I might show later, but so for now, just this is Attila Terry from the Creative assembly kit. All right. So all of this stuff here is, yeah. So I am going to configure up my tools a bit because working with the mountains, some of the more earlier drafts of this use different programs, and as a result, some you may have seen them in some of our preview videos. Um, the so a different program called World Painter was used to create the outline of Middle Earth and to start on the actual work, and that was the plan to use it, but it didn't really work, and you may have seen the horrendous mountains in some previews by Jackie Fish or Warrior of Sparta. Um, but now, uh, this is what we're using. So what I'm going to be doing right now is sort of clearing up these remnants, these sort of leftovers, ugly little leftovers, so that I can go into Photoshop and start working on the fixing up the tiles themselves, as these mountains just don't really fit in my person. And yeah. Um, And this right here is the overall scene where I can interact with the heights and whatnot. And this right here is the tile map itself. All of these errors are due to some funkiness. Yes, the yellow warnings. Victimized is another member of the team and is leading the development of the campaign map tool. So if any answers he's giving in the chat is are legit, I guess you could say. But yes, those errors are mostly because just various invalid tile type things. Some problems, yes, there's some problems just with various things. These are some custom Mordor tiles. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer. So yes. So just sort of cleaned up. Um, these on the mountains themselves here, these are masked tiles, which means they have heights in of their own that they stay this way, so I can't completely flatten these. But they are going to be removed, which I get up Photoshop, and so the main tools that I use for this are the besides the custom tool, the white squares. No, these white squares are environment entities. So they are there to simulate stuff like the clouds or the rain that can be placed places. So if I were to take these right here, these are some clouds that are connected. They are particle emitters, VFX, I believe. And these large these large domes are various lighting solutions, which do need to be removed. How many people are working on the campaign map? For Rise of Mordor, at the moment, there are 2 of us directly working on the campaign map. Alright. So, yeah. So, and our campaign map, if any of you saw some of the concepts at the beginning, stretches from Linden, the Linden area, and I'm completely blanking on what this region is called, but I do know there are some Viking type guys that live up here. So who knows? All the way down to the deserts of Far Harad and Umbar. So it's and then once more the to the uh oh, sorry, that shouldn't be there. And once more to the Red Mountains. I'm having. Thank you, Adobe. Very timely. I couldn't give an estimate. You can say, because whenever an estimate is given, when that time comes, people are very insistent on that being met. How much percent would I say is done of the map? That's that would be hard to say. So the overall coastline is done. Things are laid out. It's a lot of, I guess you could say, work. I would say of the tile map, I would say 10% is done, but probably some of the most meaty 10% out of it. Oh, Lossoff. Yes, you're right. Lossoff. That is what it's called. The Viking place. Thank you for reminding me. And the reason I say only 10% is because more or less everything here, except for the coastline itself, isn't final. So I'm gonna say that the overall land mass is 10%. So that's what's truly done. Right. So if I close this down, then I get this right up here. Yes, that what I said. Indeed. now this is the tile map itself, where I guess you could almost say this isn't really accurate, but the textures are, in a way. This is what dictates, sorry, what is sand, what is grass, what is mountain, what is anything. That is this. And that from a visual perspective, because from gameplay perspective, what is determining that is the hex map itself. What victimized is what the tool is for, and what victimized is working on. So if we get this open here, this is the current version. And yes, there are some things you can see right here of stuff working on getting some more lava-like textures for Mordor itself. It's a bit rocky right now. Please go away, Terry. This Terry is not wanting to shut down. Oh, there we go. So yes, here we are with the wonderful land of here. Right, so this whole area needs cleaning up. So the mountains of the Misty Mountains from Isengard up to, I guess, the Mountains of Gundabad. Alright, so here you can sort of see the masked tiles themselves. These large colored areas are different things: grass, rocky Mordor, dirt, sand, and various things like that. But then you have things like this right here, which are the mountains themselves, and it shows how they work with just how they're spaced out and positioned. And I'm going to try and make them slightly more dense, as there was a lack of that in the current version. Alright, so I need some right there. And to get the exact shapes of these, I personally like grabbing just some from because just to keep it a bit more simple. So yes, these various mountains, I'm just going to be multiplying them, getting a bunch more in here, as it just was currently far too sparse. I was just trying to get a look at chat, get it open somewhere. I believe that should work. And then right here is Isengard, the Fords of Isen. So yes, there's just various things here with the mountains to get all the peaks in, but at the same time, I also have to leave room for things like Moria or Goblin Town, which will be here in the mountains. If I'm correct, done similar to how they appear in the Warhammer games, with mountain paths that lead into the cities. I believe that is the current plan. I had kind of forgotten that I had actually planned on changing the mountain type here. So I'm going to remove all of these. West and East Moria as divide and conquer. Can you specify what you mean by that? A little bit? I'm not quite aware of how divide and conquer does it. What do you mean by battlefield maps? As in the type made in TED, so like places like Minas Tirith or Osgiliath, like where the battles take place? Ah, yes. Um, well, so I do see the West and the East. If it's anything like how they have West and East Osgiliath, no. We plan on only having one Osgiliath that branches. Yeah. I personally am not a fan of those. I always feel that they feel a bit too, I guess it might be a bit ironic, modded. They feel a little bit just not, I guess you could say, professional almost in a way that it doesn't really that that doesn't really it just doesn't work for me. So we've been trying to come up. Or I've come up with several alternatives to that. So something you'll see in Osgiliath is similar to Lothern in, yes, something like that we might do, but something you're able to do in the newer games is add various assets. So you're able to make it look like the city is spreading outside of what is actually controlled. So that's how we plan on having it there. And well, at least with Gileath, and I'm not really sure what the case is with Moria. If it's the same as Gileath, that's probably what we'll do. But it it's subject to change. So I am not aware of what the plan is. Actually, I could probably, real quick, bring this up. You want to see, let's see, so Osgiliath, I'd be not Osgiliath, my bad. Moria. It would not appear, so this is Moria, yes. Right? Yes. That's, it would appear this is the current setup for the Moria area. We have these mithril mines at the entrance, and then sort of on the other side we have the dwarf hall, and then an abandoned settlement up here. So I actually probably want to keep that up so I can see what to do there in a moment. So right now I am sort of erasing the mountains here and starting over on them, as I'm just not too keen on how they currently are. So that is right up here, I believe. That pass. Yes. So let's sort of mark this out as a no mountain zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this out as a no mountain zone, so I'm not going to put any there. Alright, so judging by these rivers, coming down to here, and to here. How do we make the buildings? If he's still here, Victimized can answer that better. I have no real experience with that, but it's all, it's all making new models. All of the models are new. You can add them in, just put them into the files, and set them down. If you saw the black gates at the start, I was showing some of the black gates on the campaign map. It's not necessary. It's not replacement. It's just addition, because there are these editors that Creative Assembly provided, which work in some capacities. So yeah. Alright, so this reaches up to here. That needs a lake. I will remember that that needs a lake. So if I do this, then RGB, this needs a lake. Right around here. This right here, forest comes up to here. Down to here. going along here, and several coming out here. Then excuse my rudimentary art, or my rudimentary this, but no mountains here. So this is just because, so that we can have the Moria in the mountains, and it's not all covered. Alright. Yeah, this will probably work. Alright, so I have that, and then someone moves that over there, and you probably, I don't know if you can see this yet, you can. Over here we've got these little bits of the mountains coming down and out. Right to north of this here. And that goes north there, so I want to just have a solid line around here, and a line along here. So if I pop back into this, so yeah, so this is just the current selection of mountains that I have. So I'm just going to be moving it into here as these are more Atlantic mountains as opposed to continental mountains, which I believe it was before. Oh no, these are alpine mountains. Before it was continental mountains, continental Europe, which were just a bit too non-snowy and are also what I plan on using for Mordor. So it's getting switched out for these. Yeah. So, any questions on anything? It's entertaining, that's no problem. I don't see anything wrong with that. I really would prefer to have some sort of catalog of these mountains, but yeah. Well, not necessarily, but if it were, that would be nice. I wouldn't I wouldn't be despondent if it were. And while you do say that, Warhammer 3 is set to be rather nice. The expansion into the Ogre lands, I believe. What would fit there? What of those would fit? And yeah, so something you'll end up seeing, I guess you could say that, revolutionary. It's first of its kind. Well, not actually first of its kind, because I have to admit, as a little bit of a challenge and a running joke during development, when we were working on our research trying to figure out how to get these various tools to work, it was a long process. It wasn't an overnight thing. There may have been a bet that I could make the first ever modified map a a penis, and I may have succeeded in that. So it was, yeah, I'm not my proudest moment. No need for that. It's Creative Assembly. They are amazing people, great guys and gals. So this is one of my first times doing any sort of live stream thing on YouTube, and I have to say, I'm finding it very fun to see. Well, I'm finding it very interesting how the delay works. The how the delay works with that, and I know when I've said something, then I can see is it coming in. Well, so is Jock still in the chat? If he is, he might have a few things to say about that, which I'm not quite sure I can talk about. So I am not. So these right here are the various tiles. So how it works? Oh, that fits rather well. Um, so what you're seeing me painting on are tiles. They are known as tiles. Um, and so these things, they represent various tiles which are created in the TED editor and are so and so you make them, you put on the textures, and in some cases you add uh, one moment. Um, Sorry. So and in some cases you add different masks and whatnot, but most of these are normal tiles, and so where the green is, that is going to be grass. When I put it through Bob to process it, yes, it will be saved, that's why we're doing it on YouTube. So when I put it through Bob to process everything, which comes out with, because the reason we need the tool for the AI stuff is that Bob, the supplied tool, cannot do anything related to logic or AI. It's not part of its capabilities. Um, but um, processing the visual map is. So it takes these and it reads them, and then once it's read them, it translates the RGB data from this red, green, blue, so the colors, and it creates binary data of the tiles, and yeah, I guess tiles would work for that. And that's how it determines what is where. So yeah. But so yeah, the various colors are dictating where things go. And these larger mountains that have sort of specific shapes, each one of these is one mountain. I will likely show the process of creating one of these shortly. I'll likely show it. Oh, that's not gonna work. Alright, that looks nice. That works. How far out does that go? Ooh, I might only need one of those. Oh no, that's not gonna work. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah. What do you think, chat? Is this stretched far enough? Oh, that's something else. That was not The Witcher 3. That was not The Witcher 3 with parts of Skellige worked on. No, look at that. Should I bring this out longer? Or so each square pixel on this map is one on the campaign tile map. Yes. So the battlefield map tile works. The battle tile map. There's a campaign tile map and a battle tile map. The battle tile map works similar, except that is what dictates where overlay applications. That could be useful. Probably would be useful. Though a lot of the time, work is done just straight off of the PNGs on different layers. So the battlefield map, I don't know everything about it. I've yet to go into much detail with it. Sorry if I just banged my microphone. You're probably about to hear that. Well, you heard it. Never mind. Uh, it works rather similarly, except, and that is what decides where your armies appear in things. Yeah, I would probably benefit from one, but chat. As I was asking, do any of you what do you guys think about this? Is it long enough? Or should I extend it out? Should I put like another mountain here or get a larger mountain for this? What do you say? Anyone? Alright. Well, if that goes up to there, and that comes down, and that's down to there. Bend the lower mountain down a bit. I think one large mountain. Alright, so let's see, what have we got? Yeah, the delay is real, as you can see. I guess my internet is not built for this. Actually, something like this could work. Switching that out there. Let's try that. So a bit larger was the general consensus. Oh, that could actually work. If we were to do, might be a little bit chubby, but it'll work. It'll do the job. It'll do the trick. I feel like that works. Is this a Minecraft map? No, this is not a Minecraft map, I'm sorry to tell you. Though, I did at one point in time try and go onto that Minecraft, where? I did try and go onto that Minecraft, world build server at one point to get ideas for, and yes, you can ask anything, to get ideas for Dol Amroth when I was working on it for the original preview. I did go on there. It wasn't very helpful. I couldn't get a good enough zoom out, but yes. But no, this is not a Minecraft map, whoever asked that. So, what I'm about to open up, because I need more mountains, I don't have enough, is the Attila tile map. Don't mind this little island. That's not a standard thing. I guess I will just repeat that one a couple times. Because while the Alpine mountains are very nice for snowy, for snow-capped mountains, they do not work. There's a very short supply of them. There's not that much variety. So I'm just having to run off a couple. Yes, and it would appear one of my fellow team members has taken over the chat. Thank you. Well, so I could Emil, I could draw my own mountains, but that I would have to go into TED and design them. I'd have to texture them, build them up, do the height map work for them, export them and everything. And I found that anything CA has done, especially here, is going to end up, for the same amount of work, sort of look far better. So, yeah. So, um, those are the only ones. Shogun 2 and Medieval 2 are the only ones that have full native support for campaign map modding. They have support for the visuals. They have support for the logic, the hex map. Whereas Attila and Rome too only have support for the visuals. And then after Attila and Thrones of Britannia as well. After that, there's for all of the games like Warhammer 2, Troy, Three Kingdoms, there is no support. But so with this, this is what I'm doing right now, and what this relates to. This stuff comes in the assembly kit for Attila, that comes with Attila, but the base copy of Terry, which is what is used for the visual campaign map, doesn't work, and so my copy is heavily modified. But right now I'm working in Photoshop to make the tiles, to make the tile map, so you could say the textures. And then I'm going to be exporting it and moving it into the Terry, which I will probably be bringing up soon. So but for the logic side, we are making our own. That was a bit rambling. I was just trying to get everything out as to how it worked. Sorry. What layer is this? 11. That's too repetitive. Give me something else. Layer 11. How long will it take until this is done? Not 15 years. Not at all 15 years. What keep... No. No. Not 15. Not 15. Not 15. So about the logic, that is the tool that you may have heard of us making, where we are making a tool which allows us to do those edits. And I'll bring it up real quick. Let me bring it up. I do not have the current version on hand. I probably should, but I do not. But this is our tool, Kami, Campaign Map AI Editor. Campaign AI Map Editor. Campaign AI Map Editor. There we go. that is what it is called. And as for what it does, you shall see in a moment. I think I saw something about how do I motivate myself to, or how do we motivate ourselves to get through to work on all this. I guess you could sort of say it's for you guys, for the fans, because just so that everyone can fully experience the mod and experience the Middle Earth map. So, that's why I would probably say my main source of motivation, the fans. That works. And if I move this in right here. Oh yeah, there we go. So right here is the Deer campaign map editor. If you see any bugs, that's because this is probably an old copy. Yes, don't forget to join the Discord. Well, making this for Shogun 2, they're just different. It may be easier, but just because it's easier doesn't mean we should take the easy route. So, yeah. So this right here is the tool. Oh geez, what's going on? This right here is the tool. Tools. No. Here we go. So this right here is the tool. This is an old version, one of the first things that I was working on the campaign map that we can see right here. Yes, you can find the faction list on our Discord. I believe it's in the FAQ of our Discord, the link to which is in the description of this stream. But yes, so you can see the different types of logic here: no-go, roads, rivers, regions, attritions, climates, ground types. Yes. So I don't know which of these are here, but these are all of the different logics. And this was back with a very different design, a vertical design and stuff. So yeah, this is old. But yes, these are the different things you can see here. I don't think we had regions yet, but you've got climates. You've got attritions. These are the different types of attrition you would take. You've got your basic ground type, so what the AI is seeing. You've got your climates, got your rivers, you've got your no-go. No, it's not on. And so that is what we had there. And if you want to look at something, say Warhammer 2. Well, this is an old version. If you want me to turn it off, I will. Anyway, this is the stuff. It's a little sneak peek. So, yes, because I have seen some people say they don't have a logic tool, it's the same spiel, but that is not the case. This is just what we're working on. Quite the microphone quality. Yes, it's not meant for this. It's a poor microphone. Not really. It's just leave him alone. He's doing it. The microphone's doing its best. Yes, and we have, of course, I'm guessing most of you know this, the battles are, you can go in and just play battles in your normal custom battle, but this is still, as you can see, well, under construction, undergoing work. And right now I am, for my own sake, going to put in the outline for this right here, this darker grass. Yes, the program will work for anything from it will work for all of it. It's made for all of the games which currently do not have the ability for campaign, which currently do not have campaign map modding tools. We're not just doing this for our own, for our Attila, but for Rome, Warhammer, everything. Alright, that looks better. Yeah, this is looking nice and dense. Not quite sure what you mean. This delay is something else, I have to say. The delay that I have here between, like, by the time I answer your questions, someone in the chat has already. Yes. So yes, this can be used for anything. Of course, some things like Warhammer 2, due to various things with copyright law, you're not going to see anyone making things from out of world, but you could see someone expanding the map to Cathy or Araby. Wait, no, Araby's already in it. I don't remember what the other ones are, what the Far East is called in Warhammer, but you could see someone expanding it beyond. Yes. Or you could see someone doing an ultra detailed old world, an Empire Civil War, something. Or if someone wants to make like a true Bronze Age Total War for Troy, that would also be a possibility. Stuff like that. So, right now, what I'm working on is in Photoshop the tile map. This right here is the base for the visuals. I will, for anyone new who stopped by, oh, no, minimize. I will open back up Terry so you guys can see what we're doing, what I'm doing. It may take a moment or two to load. When the tool is released, will there be tutorial videos showing us how to use it? Yes. And if you want a tutorial as yes, we have no particular deadline set. And if you want a tutorial as how to do this, the visual side, not necessarily the tool, I made a tutorial, it's a text-based one, that you can find on our Discord, I believe. Or you can message me on Discord something. I can find it for you, wherever I've left it. So right here, this is Terry, part of the assembly kit. Terry, Bob, Ted, Dave. I don't know who was at. I don't know who at CA decided how to name these, but they decided on Terry, Bob, and Dave. Terry, Bob, Ted, and Dave as the names for all of the different tools. Don't know why. Works though. But this right here is Terry. This is a modified version. I've had to do things to get it to work. The base copy, if you have it, that you're going to open up in your assembly kit, is going to crash on load. When you try and load up anything, it's going to crash. So this is a special copy that I have that, if anyone is interested, I can give out. This, well, of course, to someone who has Attila. No pirating. Anyone watching. Well, I don't know if anyone's going to have answered this by the time, because delay. But I'd say give it a year and a half. Don't take me at my word. I'd say give it a year and a half. At the minimum. Year and a half at the minimum. Christmas 2022. Yeah, Christmas 2022. That's what I'd say. So, for anyone who was not here towards the beginning, this right here is Terry. As you can see, this is the campaign map. This is Middle Earth. This is Dol Amroth, the Anduin, the Black Gate, Mordor. Yes, a modified version of Terry for the campaign editor that actually works. Mordor over here, lovely Black Gate by Empty, not properly textured because I messed up the rigid model path when I was importing this. Someone earlier was asking about why don't we just make all custom tiles. This right here is a custom Mordor tile. It just uses the normal rock texture found in Atlantic mountains. I have been working on a lava, more Mordor-y texture, but I've been having some trouble with it. So yeah, just this took several hours to work on because I had to make different variants and work out a whole bunch of bugs. So it's not really worth the work to go all the way and make different things for every different mountain that we want. And so what I'm doing in Photoshop, if I bring back up Photoshop, is I am laying down these tiles. These tiles are then processed. So if we look right here at Dol Amroth, let's say. This is Dol Amroth on the tile map. Then once processed, it goes, oh, that's what's there. I'm going to divide that up, create different tiles, see what I need to do. That's going to be an 8x8, that's going to be a 1x1, etc., etc. And in the process, creates some errors in places. And then it comes out with something like this. Of course, wait, no, this is the wrong area. That's Linden. Something like this. Of course, with these textures and visuals. Of course, the heights and stuff, actually making it, of course, it comes out flat because it's a 2D image. It doesn't have anything integrated into it like that. So then I have to come through here and work on this. So here is the peninsula of Dol Amroth itself. You can see that right here. And this, and, well, you can see that right there. Or then in Photoshop, which I'm working in, you can see that right there. And then up here, we're working on the mountains, which in the current version are these old gray mountains that are going to be working on. The fixed Terry, if you message me on the Discord, on our Discord, which is link in the description, if you send a message there, I can hook you up with one of them. Yes. Financial support, We do not accept donations or any kind of anything to do with money. None of that. None at all. Just your support, liking videos, sharing the mod, playing the mod. That is enough of support. That's yeah. And so what I'm doing currently is setting up the stuff like this. I'll probably end up coming back here as this is rather sparse. Well, how long will it take the map to finish? If you want a date, don't take this for certain. I'd say Christmas 2022. If you want a date and a time to say, that is what I would say. Holidays 2022. But and something you might see here from Mordor is we're not going. I'm not going to be doing the same sort of style of this for here, as Mordor is far too rocky. With its mountains, they're not more sparse peaks. It's just jagged, jagged, jagged. So you're going to be seeing some stuff like this. But for now, if I hop back to this, we're back here working on these. Isengard for now. Though, part of Isengard is going to be a 25th. You know what? I'll say Cyberpunk 2077. That's when I can be certain it will be released by 2077. I hope. Now I wait to see what comments arise from that. Delicious latency delay. Sorry, give me one moment. If you want to find me on the Discord, just say, hey, I'm here from the stream, and I will, uh, show up. I will magically appear like a genie. Partially because I don't want to be spammed with completely random stuff from saying my Discord on live stream. So just send a message on our Discord server and I will find it. Do you mean the AI cheats? I'm seeing something with someone saying how sometimes Total War can be boring. Or with the AI in their armies. Are you mentioning how the AI cheats? Because I'm not certain on how much we're going to have the AI cheat. Because a lot of the times it is necessary to get them to work. Yeah, just post something in modding discussion. Say, hey, I came from live stream. Can anyone tell me how to get the special Terry? And I will help you out. Oh, manpower. Well, manpower could be a thing. I'm not sure. We have a list of campaign systems we want somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. Our top focus before we add, I guess you could say, the realism things you see in some mods. Um, our focus first is going to be getting stuff like War of the Ring situated, but then you might see stuff like uh, manpower and whatnot, having to manage it, your spawning pools or your population growth. Where else are there paths? No other paths. All right. So yep, and the colors here, I think I saw someone asking. Well, it's would you rather have because our primary thing is we are a Lord of the Rings mod, whereas some things like you're probably getting it from yes. This is for Total War Attila. Oh jeez, what have I done? Hello? How do I fix this? Oh no, that's gonna bother me and to no end. What did I do? Reset essentials. I did it. How many people work on the map? Two and a half, two and a half. Two people spending their time modding on it, one person who's helping in some capacities. Mm, so yeah, and I think I got a little bit. Yes, there will be a Q&A. This might end up looking a bit repetitive, but we'll have to wait and see. Yes, the map is fully moddable. Just took a little bit of finagling, I guess you could say. A lot of finagling would be the oh no. Massive mountain. And for something like the Misty Mountain, the that's gonna be something done later. It might be a custom model, might be a custom. Really, who knows? fit something there? I don't know if I could fit something there. I'm not going to try. There will be a little gap right there. We'll have a little bit of trees. Maybe some snow. That is a little bit larger of a gap than I would have liked. That could work. Alright, that's better. No, layer 9. Hello. Hello. Okay. Oh. That's why. Are the rivers... What do you mean by the rivers? Do you mean these rivers drawn out here, or what? Can you specify? Apollo? Is this... it'll work. It just works. The Bethesda logic. Alright, so... Rivers on the map itself. Alright. Rivers, when you lay these out right here, there's a special way, as you can see how they are all 4x4, or 2x2. Sorry, what am I... so, when you lay them out like this, they then will appear that way as laid out on the campaign map. They're actually... They're probably one of the hardest things to chart out, but there's no real other work you have to do on them besides that. So they're easy in some regards, difficult in others. So does that answer your question at all? Alright, if I get a couple more things down here, I can switch over to the next part of this. And you'll get to see the prettier side. It's a bit more entertaining for the eyes. Oh, there. No. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Yes. Hey, there we go. I'm going to duplicate that one twice right there. Progress on the map right now. Well, right now, I'm working on the Misty Mountains. These boys right here. If you want a percent, if you want to ask sort of like a percent done, I'd give you 10%. I'd say 10% done. Alright, so with that, I'm going to come over here, do a little bit of that, do a little bit of that, come over here, do a little bit of that. Fill in these holes, foreground color. Foreground color. What is this? This is this. Yes, indeed. Alright. How rocky, chat? How rocky do you think this... How rocky do you think this area right here should be, up in the mountains, so the Pass of Moria? Do you think it should be sort of, I'm probably gonna end in about half hour. How rocky do you think this area should it be? Should it be all rocks and stuff and whatnot? Or should it be more like trees and some like dark, rocky, mountainous grass? right here. So where the pass of the Misty Mountains, where you're going to be taking your troops through. So Moria. Really, really rocky. Alright. Then I will mark out for myself because I could use the Mordor rocks right there. Um, but they don't really fit, so I will come back to this later. But for now, it will be slightly grassy. I will make a note that that will be rocky later on. Yeah, I've got this laid out. I can delete. Nope. I can delete. Delete layer 1. Then flatten image. File. Save. Alright, I think it's saved. Exit. We're not done yet. So that is the tile map completed that is the Moria area tile map completed. But currently that is just a flat area, a flat stretch of land, which of course is no good, no good at all. So I'm gonna bring this up for a moment. Sure. Where is it? Half a minute, please. If any of you want to take a little bit of a look at these concepts while I load up the processing tool, Bob. It can take a few minutes to load, so do be warned. You might, though, ample goodness for the eyes. I have no clue what I mean by that. Please wait for Bob. Slideshow. Slideshow Bob. Alright, so while this is going, if anyone has questions, I am glad to answer them. Now would be the perfect time for questions. Alright. Alright, so, let's see. Wasn't it incompatible to change the map in Attila? There weren't, all of the tools were not there. There were only the tools to do the visual 50%, not the logical AI 50%. But we've been developing them, figuring things out, so now it is working so now it is. So now we are able to do it. Is CA okay to you doing this? Very. What is the estimate do you reckon for completion and release? Winter 2022. I know that now that I've said that, it's going to be everywhere and people are going to be expecting that, but I'm going to say that as I believe that I can get my part of the work done by winter 2022. That I feel that that's reasonable. Where are the Iron Hills? The realm of Durin's folk on the regions map is the realm of the Iron Hills. Rivendell should have the Hidden Bridge entrance from Battle for Middle-earth 2. Well, I think we're going to be going with the Hidden Valley design, so with a little bit of a choke point going in, but we also have to take in consideration balancing. Is editing the map on Warhammer possible? Very. I was showing some stuff a bit earlier about it. Will movement ranges be turned... Well, Minas Tirith is across the river from Mordor. Winter 2022 is what I'm saying because we have a history with our mod of giving dates and then our community being very rigorous about wanting us having it there by then. So we're saying winter 2022. That's what I'm going to say, because if it's not done by winter 2022, it should be done by winter 2022. Will Osgiliath be 2 different cities or 1? Osgiliath will be 1 city, similar to Lothern. Osgiliath will be 1 city similar to Lothern from Warhammer 2, stretching across both sides of the river. Will the movement ranges be changed? That is to see when we get to our testing period in a while from now. This is for Attila. Will the good AI factions be attacking each other? We have been thinking about it, talking about it. And to see how much of a story we want. We're thinking my personal proposal was that we have a Shire, we have, not the Shire, sorry, we have a War of the Ring sort of opening, so like first 50 to 100 turns, around that long, so maybe like the first 100 turns, you're going to be experiencing the War of the Ring, you're going to be fighting at Helm's Deep, Minas Tirith, the Black Gate, escorting the ring, you're going to be allied with your other good factions, but then after that, once the victor is decided, it's going to be a free-for-all. It was never impossible to change the map. It was just research. It just needed a good thunk. There just needed to be a good thunk about it, I guess you could say. But we've figured out. We're working on it. Have you ever thought about streaming on a regular basis so that people can learn modding? We've been thinking about it. We've been trying to get it on to do more of it. But some people aren't the biggest fans of streaming. I know Alder. When I often, this is my first time streaming on YouTube itself. I have in the past streamed on Discord itself, on our Discord channel itself several times. But I know Alder does streams on his Twitch, though it is in French. So take that as you may. And Aldur is one of our team leaders and modelers. But I do plan on doing more of these here, if to be caught by whenever. Yes. All right, and as you can see, how far have you come with the trolls? Yes. I feel like when modders stream, filming. Well, you can't make anyone stream. Some people are more shy to talking and people, just talking with people and whatnot. Um, are there limitations on the number of provinces you can add to the map? No, but the limitation is the PC. The larger you go, the more problems there will be. Um, Bellerland. I have some of my source books I've been using for this have made me want to do that, but all right, campaigns. So this right here is Bob. This is the processing tool, which does not have the ability to process logic data, only visual data for in terms of the campaign map, which is why we are developing our own tool. So if I come right here, I'm going to select my climate map, terrain tile map, and that is also going to select my tile map. And now it is going to process these. It's going to process those PNGs into this. I know for map making, as in battle maps, we have some tutorials, but I don't know how much we have done in terms of tutorials. You might be able to look back on our channel itself, or some other things. I'm not really sure what we have. Yes, in Shogun 2 you can change the campaign map through Bob. Sarah Temmer is part of our team. She's also the Last Alliance. She's the she's the team leader for Last Alliance for Shogun 2. I've talked to her on things like this about before. Yeah. Yes, Second Age mod. That's made by the team lead there is part of our team here for Rise of Mordor. Have we developed anything on naval battles? Naval battles come from the battle tile map. So like this for the campaign, except for the battles. There are some things that need to be done there. It's actually the one thing that Terry I haven't gotten able to work properly. It can still, it still breaks. Okay, it still breaks. So we haven't been able to do that much with it. Also because it's not the priority at the moment. It will be at some point in time, and that's one of the reasons I'm saying 2022, because I have to do this. I have to do the campaign tile map, and then I also have to do the battle tile map. So there's a whole lot of things going on. And now this is processing, and I will bring up the console so you can see what it is doing. It is scanning its different tiles. You can see it's scanning its explicit tiles. I don't actually know what that one is. And it's scanning the various things that from the PNGs. Is there a limit to the size of the map? In theory, no. In practice, your computer. And the average computer. Well, a couple of us plan on, no, I won't say. I won't say because nothing's set in stone. That is to the question of other mods, of other Middle-earth time periods. Yes, Bob does take ages to process. doesn't, and it does, and sometimes it doesn't, and it's been a lot of work figuring it out. But no, we will not be developing rum onto Bannerlord. That is the Kingdoms of Arda mod. We don't have any direct ties to them, not anymore in the least. So yeah. Yeah, so currently it's actually scanning. That's what we made most of what I was doing. Large masked tiles, such as mountains, as they are masked to, instead of just being squares, to have their specific shapes, so you can fit them on top of each other and coordinate it. It's fine. Yeah, try not to do caps. We don't have any moderator thing, but yeah. So while it's going, yeah. So we have these things here, and something you may notice: Far Harad. We do plan on having Far Harad, so it will be something. Because there's not much lore on it. We've sort of been figuring that out as we go. It's one of my personal favorite regions to work on. I did some work on it on a previous version that was scrapped, but it's going to be very much so a jungle full of all of the lush resources. But along that will greatly benefit your empire, but you're also going to have to deal with the creatures and peoples of the jungle. So, yeah. Alright, how is the processing going? Almost done. Yes, some tile errors, so it is now more or less all done. Now let's wait. I'll wait for Bob to confirm that it is done. Tile map, assembly kit, done. So now we can exit and bring up Word. And this is how we, so I'm now going to bring up the pack file manager, which is what I use to set up the things, get everything in game itself. Alright, so note, do not do this at home. You can't see it right now, but it should come up in a moment. Yes, this will take a moment to load. So if there's any more questions, things like to load, they take their time. Yeah, they're on their own time. These various applications. I may have also not clicked it. No, I did not click it. Could have been either one or. Yes, I opened two instances. Alright. Rusted Pack File Manager. Oh, where did the cat? Oh, here's the cat. Sorry, I have one of my cats asking for something. Alright. No. Down. No. Okay, please don't knock over my tea. I'm sorry, I'm dealing with one of my cats. If you hear me murmuring things, that's my monitor. Alright, so, here we go. So, I'm gonna put this... Oh no. Nope, that was the wrong thing. Thank you. No, that's not food. Stop. Alright, so alright, so this is loaded up. So you should now see terrain, campaigns, main Attila map. So these right here, if I delete, 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 delete. Well, I'm guessing how is map making going? It's currently on hold. We have been seeing a surge in new team members recently, but no one no map makers, no mappers. So we aren't seeing much development in that department. So the thing is, oh, what did I do? Control Z. So Warhammer 2, yes, copyright reasons. We cannot do it because of copyright reasons. Warhammer 2 has Games Workshop's strict copyright. And that's no good. We would, oh, sorry, I have to do something real quick. Get down, please don't go up there. Cats. Lovely, lovely cats. Okay, so remove these. Remove these. No, those are my headphones. Sorry. No. Let me mute myself for a moment. I will be right back. Sorry. My cat was going off for my headphones. Please. Yes, they're being very cat-like, I guess. I guess it is in tune with them. So, because this is in here, I'm gonna save this, and then I'm going to load up Terry again, and we're gonna see the changes to the mountains, and should be able to put in the height, the new height changes, so that it doesn't look like a flat plain. It looks like the mountains of Moria. Sorry, something startled me. All right, so any other questions? I see some. Yeah, so Warhammer copyright reasons. Yes, and anyone who fancies applying to the team, as Mayron, as he was saying, we have stuff for that on our Discord, which is the best way of communicating with us, with the mod team. Alright, so now that that is done, it is time to see our work, my work. You guys came along for the ride. You can take credit too. I don't mind. The work come to fruition as I load up Terry. They will be implemented. There's heroes like Gandalf, Aragorn, and so on. How will they be implemented? They will be implemented. Um, it depends. We could do them like hero units, where it's them by themselves, and they're able to take on legions of enemies. But those will require their own custom animations and the like. Alternatively, far simpler and easier, uh, they could be. What was I saying? They could be made as generals for units. So just normal units with them as the commander. It's in. We're going to do one or the other. It just depends on if we want that sort of hero unit, as we can't just make a one unit army unit. We can't just make a one soldier unit, because those do not work well in the past when they have been tried. It just is not satisfying. Games Workshop won't let people. Yes. No. Yes. Thank you for the support. It is very kind. Yes, that is what we have been thinking. Is just normal units with them as the general. Oh, yes. Sorry, Mike is a little scuffed. As you can see by that question, I am not the one doing the chat. Someone else is doing the chat for me. Thank you. I guess it's Case. Well, 11 units have special abilities or formations. Formations are a tricky thing to say, so I will not say. Here we are. The fruit of the labor. All right. And those the leaves you see on the ground are a glitch, where they show. Alright, so here we go. The mountains. Still not as dense as I might want, but oh well. What did I say? So what I'm just going to do is move these up to a more mountainous height. And so something that may look a bit awkward now is the areas between the mountains. In base game, they are all filled with trees, so it kind of obscures any bits of weird looking, how there's the gaps in them. And we can also put in various things like rocks, like you see right here. And yeah. Do you guys feel like the inner mountains should be higher or at the same height as the outer mountains? Chat, let me know. I'm always open for input on this. Yes, that is what I am currently working on through Terry. Well, so I do feel like these will be a bit more rockified because they're a bit under mountainy, I guess you could say. Yes, yeah. All right, higher will do. So this second line of mountains will be made higher. Ooh, higher on the intersection. I like it. Yes, there is currently a little bit of little bit of a competition on our Discord. The link to which is in the description. These, I guess they are misty because they're very high up. So let's go higher. And if I take a little bit of a smooth, I'm gonna just crank this up. Well, yes, the only place that's going to be passable is going to be this pass right here. That is the only place that will be passable. I think a nice little cliff face could go there. Prop mesh. Prop. Cliff set. Cliff set Mediterranean? No. Set 2. Inland cliff. Yes. Yes, I am currently working on the Misty Mountains, And yes, the map can be edited. So the problem actually is with stuff like Warhammer is so while we will our tool when it is done will also work for Warhammer, the problem is Warhammer does not have a Terry like this. So this will not be possible. This I could not just go into Warhammer right now and do this. So something would have to be done about that. Landscape above, inactive, mountainous, mountains. Absolute. Bring this down, right to there, right there. There we go. Yeah, that's nice and rocky. What do you think? Yeah, I like it. A nice little cliff. If I bring that down a little bit, I can level that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like that. What do you think, chat? A nice little rocky cliff in the mountains. Could be a little bit higher. Oop, that's not right. Alright, a little cliff in the mountains is done. Messed up there. Good. Thank you, chat. Alright. And I can also get in stuff like this. If anyone thinks something like this might be warranted. These large props. And it does remind me, I do plan on putting one of these right the way down here. Alright. Have fun with what you're doing. Going on the Minecraft Lord of the Rings. That is what I did originally. I actually originally did that. When I was originally working on the Dol Amroth area, I went and took a look at the Minecraft project map thing. And it wasn't very helpful because I couldn't find anything. Because just how it works. So, yeah. Alright, so this right here is just a little something for Isengard. I think this fits kind of nicely. What do you think, chap? A little something for Isengard. Tower goes like right there, I think. And this is one of the examples of using the models on the map. doesn't work. That's way too high. Oh yeah, and this area has to be lower down anyway. I'm just going to undo that whole section there. I probably want a far better slope down here. Oh yes, I do. I was just doing a bit of work on that as well earlier. That's nowhere near done. That was just something that I need about a halfway point between this and that. That works. Something like that. Perhaps. Perhaps that's a bit much. Maybe more like a 13. 1.3. Yes, there we go. Just gently sloping this down. So that, because this right here is where the path up into Moria lies. So the path of Moria. Yep, and then sort of funnels right down into Lorien. And just smoothing down these slopes a little bit. Trying to make them a little bit more gradual. Blend them. I think that worked well. I think adding some more cliffs could be worthwhile. Oh, he jumped off the map. Alright, well, I think I may begin to wrap up the stream. Ooh, actually, I might want to place one or two of these first. Ooh, that looks mighty fine, I think. What do you think, chat? Is it too much, or does it look good? Are these are these peaks a bit too large, or do they work well as sort of large rising peaks? really. I'm just going off of what I think looks nice. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm just going off of my personal opinion of just as I'm doing it, just like sort of you would when you're modeling. I have some idea of like what I'm doing, but nothing really that I'm working off of for like these landscapes of the mountains. I've looked at pictures of them, but I'm not directly using anything. Alright, so some of these are a bit too much. Yeah, I feel like this one's just a bit too snowy, you could say. It's a bit too snow-capped. Right, chat? I'm actually not really decided. Let's not use that one. I actually selected that. It's waterfall time. Ooh. Lovely, lovely waterfalls. Lovely, lovely waterfalls. Water falling down. Where am I actually moving this? Just what I'm doing is highly inefficient. Alright. Grab that. Nope. 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 Yes. No. Yes. No. Just by the bottom. And by here. Alright, there we go. Alright, what's the opinion on the cozy little waterfall? Runaway... Runaway mountain. Right now I'm trying to determine how high I want it to be. If I just bring it smoother. Right here. How does this affect it? Alright, that works. I bring this down to the smallest scale, 0.1. Just add. Nope. I add the littlest bit. You can see this little. I doubt anyone's gonna see it, but it's for my own personal sake, I guess. I want this to look nice. It's just a cute little waterfall. Nah, that works. No one's gonna see it. Oh, no, there we go. There we go. A nice little detail in there. Gives it some character. VFX is slightly a little bit off, and that's annoying. Oh, there we go. Fixed it. Nice. Another one here. Would two waterfalls next to each other be a bit much? What do you think? Two waterfalls next to each other, or is that too much? A cave. Ooh, I like that idea. Good idea. I don't really know. I will look to see what I have to make a cave. Good idea. Cave. What do I have for a cave? Rock props, probably. I want Atlantic large. No. I could probably actually do something using a bridge. No, that's too artificial looking. Right? Putting something in here, sort of covering it with rocks. Got that nice little arch. What's the consensus, chat? Too artificial. Epic. Alright. Ooh, an abandoned mountain bridge. Yeah, you're full of good ideas. I just personally think it's these little things that really make the map. Currently we are looking at The Misty Mountains. The mountains that are misty. We can't really see how this one fully looks, because there's a little bit of the glitch there. What I'm thinking is these mountains are meant to be misty, right? Let's put in some mist spawners. Actually, wait, no, I don't have any mist spawners. Never mind. Ooh, I could put in a mine. Oh, yes, I could look like... We're going off of your, whoever had the idea to make it a fallen bridge. It could be like a fallen mine or something. Okay. Oh yeah, this actually looks like a cave. Or if we want just straight up with the cave, that would work nicely. Yeah, I don't know how much of this anyone will ever see besides you guys who know where to look eventually. But, oh no. I personally feel that this is what makes it extra special. Oh no, I may have chopped myself under my camera underground. Nope, there we go. I'm free. Oh yes, here we go. Here we go. Very cave. Yes, everyone will have their own model eventually. They won't for hero units. Because to make a hero unit takes the same amount of time as to make a normal unit. It's just because you have to put in the same amount of detail in the armor and whatnot. So they will be done last out of our various things. They will be the last units done. And if I bring this up in height a bit, nope. Yes. Slightly higher. 2 maybe. There we go. Yep. It's a little mountain cave. Very nice. If I do say so myself. I'm actually gonna decrease its height a bit right before the cave entrance. Just to give it a little bit more passage through there. Probably not, as I don't know if there is a system directly like that for items in Attila. I do not know. Time will tell. Time will tell. A waterfall and a cave. we go. Our cave entrance. You might get ambushed by a troll there. I don't know. Stranger things happen. Prop mesh. And then I think a nice cliff would go very nicely here. Lorian, I'm not sure. I can't say. I am not sure at this moment. I have throughout the stream been saying Christmas 2022 because that's a date I'm near certain of. Alright, so we've got that little cliff right across there. If I do this, there we go. Nicely done, me. Yeah, that bothers me. I have to fix that. Ooh, Similarian. I haven't personally read it, but I hear it's interesting, to say the least. How much Tolkien goes into various things. Alright, that little cliff face is done. Nicely done, me. So now, looking here. I am real quick going to move this down from the background. Oops. That was a mistake. I have made a terrible mistake, I fear. That reminds me to save. Would have been bad if I hadn't. How is the logic side of things? Going well. Going well. I am slightly concerned that that did just crash. It should have saved if I did everything correctly. Those rocks, I could try. I'm not certain. But once I've got back in and hopefully everything's saved properly, I'm gonna move around some VFX and then process this into the game, and I think that will be all I've got in for me tonight. And if this properly crashed, I'm properly done. Yes. So one of these, I guess you could sort of say, catches with having my copy of Terry that I've gotten working is a little bit of stress because whenever I save, it crashes. It successfully saves, but it will crash. It's a near guaranteed thing I've found. So yeah, that's not pleasant. Gotta move down this mining equipment so that's out of view, out of sight, out of mind. And then this mist. We gotta make sure they're not called the Misty Mountains for nothing. Gib mist. Thank you. Mist. Gib mist. Gib mist. Mist. Alright, how misty should the Misty Mountains be? How much should I go with this mist? Oh, okay. You leave me no choice. Weird fall leaves. You must perish. I can't see Misty. Sounds good to me. Will be very misty. Oh no, one of these is leaves, isn't it? Nope, nope, nope. I'm not figuring out which one's leaves. I'm gonna redo this anyway. Pardon me? Did this height stuff get reset? If it did, I'm very disappointed. It seems it did. Oh yes, that would be why it did. Alright. I'm gonna do something real quick. Where's the scene? View, scene. time to remove all of these old Attila things. Delete. Oh, wait, no. Anticlimactic. Yeah, but it's time to remove all of these basic Attila things. Gone. Wait, no, that was a mistake. Wait, no, that was an even bigger mistake. Oh god. Trying to make it so that it's more possible to save without all of the broken entities. This is indeed for real. Unless I've accidentally broken something again, which I may have, because I'm having some slight problems at the moment. Goodbye, pyramids. Rip. Rip pyramids. I'm just doing a little bit of cleanup to make sure that I can properly save this. Alright. Hopefully, this should be savable now. So I was not being able to save it, which was rather worrying. I'm actually going to remove the stuff around Mordor for now, because I'm not working on that at the moment, so it does not need to be taking up the stuff. Anyway, alright, I'm going to be doing a few touches right here to fix up this area. One moment. Alright, so, yes. So, as I finish this up, I'm going to... Ooh, dude. I'm going to restore a bit of this that was slightly lost. Scale 1.1. There we go. Uppity up. Uppity up. Uppity up. 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 I lost a fair bit of the height map data there it seemed due to a glitch. So I'm just doing a little bit of a rough thing right around here where I was doing the detail work. There we go, just boosting these mountains up a bit. In the background. Saving this. Might crash if it does. Well, it would appear Alright, so um there's plenty of stuff, plenty of room for stuff and settlements. Those come in later. I am having some problems due to some things, so I think I'm going to actually call it here for the night, as I also have a very scrumptious dinner I must go take. So, thank you all for watching. We're around 3-hour mark anyway. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will send out another notification whenever we're going to do another one of these. Maybe not me, maybe another team member. It depends. But yes, so we've been working on the Misty Mountains, the Pass of Moria. So, thank you all for watching.